Yeah. Yup, yup. Mad Martin, 2023. This is called Daily Complaints.
502 Underground. Who you go by?
Mad Martin.
Where you from, Mad Martin?
I'm out of Radcliffe, Kentucky.
Tell me about you getting into music, man.
Man, you know, I was a protege for DJ Sproul out on Fort Knox, you know, carrying equipment and whatnot. And he mentored me in, so I started DJing out there in '87. You know what I'm saying? And
So you way back. You way
I'm
back.
old school with it.
You talking about carrying crates and stuff. Tell me about the experience with that.
Back when music was being played with turntables for real, you know what I'm saying?
Tell me about the experience of carrying them crates, digging through crates.
Oh man, it was
that.
great, man. The music back then was just awesome, dog. I would carry in equipment, learn how to set the stuff up, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, meet people, meet and greets, whatnot. And he got me into the game, started teaching me how to mess with the turntables.
Yeah. So what was your first turntable you actually got?
Technique.
Technique?
Technique, yeah.
Well, what was it? I know it was different ones. Like far as technique, like
the 12s.
12s, okay,
Yep,
okay. Okay. Portable?
Yep.
What was you hooking them up to?
Man, I don't recall what kind of equipment we had. He had like 3 or 4 different systems that we was working with. But yeah, we did a lot of outside gigs too. You know, we played for the Masons. We did a lot of Bella Louisville gigs and Fort Knox.
Like block parties.
Yeah, outside parties like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, block it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, summertime.
Yeah, that was live back
summertime
then,
feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tell me about you far as you get into music, man. How'd you start out with the name?
Well, I started off with Lee Love on Fort Knox, but then I started with, I got into getting out and doing my own gigs and whatnot, and my show consisted of a lot of entertainment. And, you know, in the entertainment game, I kind of entertained while I played, and I was crazy, you know what I'm saying? So they started calling me Mad, you know, that nigga's mad. So I went with Mad Martin, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how I took on Mad Martin.
Okay, but what kind of genre you started off DJing? What kind of, you know?
What genre?
Yeah, the genre.
R&B, dog. R&B, yeah. It was back in the day of Keith Sweat, Al B. Shore, you know what I'm saying? Luther Vandross, all that type shit, you know what I'm saying? BBD, getting down with it. That was just when scratching was leaving and blending was coming in, you know what I'm saying? We blend the music. So that's what I would get into.
Yeah, that era.
Yeah.
Tell me about the pause tapes. You know anything about the pause tapes? Yeah, they were talking about the pause tape. They was like taking 2 tapes and trying to get the loop. I don't know how it goes, but a lot of New York cats talk about the pause tapes.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I recently just got into the loop thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm still learning a little bit about that. But like I started getting into the loop thing and making my own beats with it for the music that I got out today. You know what I'm saying? Like Daily Complaints is off of a loop. You know,
Okay. Yeah, you just dropped that video right there.
Yep.
So I see you got recent, like 3 or 4 videos. Are you still dropping
like
those?
5 or 6. Yep.
You still pushing them?
Yeah, still pushing them. Daily Complaints is going hard right now. So.
Yeah, I seen that one.
Yeah.
Tell me about your writing process on that.
You know, my music is, I don't rap about nothing I don't know about, you know what I'm saying? So if my shit don't have a message, it's about, it's funny, you know what I'm saying? I put a lot of humor into my shit. You know, Flavor's got some humor in it. You know, if it don't got a message, then it's funny.
Yeah.
I don't rap about nothing I don't know about.
Right. Reality.
Right.
Like, what would you look for, you know, since you was a DJ?
You know, we did, back when I was playing, we was doing the 12-inch singles. You know what I'm saying? The 12-inch remix and stuff. I love the remix vibe that was going on back then.
Yeah, you ever get into making beats?
I did. I had a Boss DR660. I started messing with, and I started making beats for people and making them for myself. I did a lot of writing when I was a kid, but I never really pushed, trying to do anything with it. So it was like, finally, people started pushing me to doing it and sent my stuff around, and that's how I got noticed.
Okay.
Just call it.
So you say you're getting back into it now, the swing of things.
Yup.
That's good, man. Get back into it, man. It's all art.
Yep. I got with ICJ from Total Vision. Shout out to ICJ. He's my manager now, so we've been doing a lot of good stuff. He's been putting me into some showcase shows and
bring you out.
Yeah.
Bringing
it out.
Yep. So what's next?
I got a new tune I'm working on. It's called Keeping It Real.
When's it supposed to drop?
It'll probably drop in about 2-3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be on the lookout for
I'm trying to
that.
get it recorded by next week. And
Who's on the production on that?
ICJ, Total Vision.
Okay.
Yep. I do a lot of work with them. They do some really good work. Good videography, you know what I'm saying? All my videos were shot by Vision.
In-house videographer?
Yeah, ICJ.
Okay.
Yep.
So everything's in-house.
Therefore, you can learn off of everybody. Like when I started in the game, you know what I'm saying? I really didn't have my own personal style. So I listened to bits and pieces. I took bits and pieces off of all my favorite artists, you know what I'm saying? And I learned my style. I found myself in the game, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now I'm ready to roll with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long did it perfect you to find your own style?
It took a minute. I ain't gonna lie, it took a minute.
Yeah.
But when I found it, it showed, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you capitalize off it.
Yeah, facts.
Capitalize off your own style. That's where it's at, man.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what. When I'm down, I do have a favorite artist. My favorite artist is Tech Nine. I know he's a newer artist, but he's been around for a very long time.
Out of Kansas City, right?
Yep.
Yeah, out of Kansas City, yeah.
Yep, strange music. Shout out to Tech Nine. When I'm down and out, that's my go-to. He just brings me up out of whatever I'm going through at the time.
Okay, that's what's up. You ever try to how they have remix a song, heard one of his songs, try to remix one of them?
No, I haven't, but I've been let's just say I've been thinking about it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Putting some thought into it.
Yeah.
I just want to establish myself first and get out there and get some people together, you know what I'm saying? That's very important to me. I need to be out there. I need to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to start that life, you know what I'm saying?
So you marketing yourself right now?
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
It's all about marketing too.
Yeah.
So you right about that.
Yeah.
What is one message you give to your fans?
Keep it real. Be true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fake people out there trying to be fake. I would keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Be true to yourself. Because you're going to be who you're going to be.
Right. That's Swiss Beats, huh?
Yeah, Swiss Beats is dope, man.
Yeah.
I like that slow grind, hardcore shit that they got.
At Timbo Magoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who you listen to right now? I know you said Tech Nine is one of your top, but anybody new? Anybody new from the new era that you tapped in with?
I've been doing a lot of writing and stuff, and I try not to. Like I don't play the radio or nothing when I'm in my writing mode because I'm not trying to let anything influence what I'm doing.
Okay.
So, I've been kind of sitting still, working on my own stuff, putting beats together, trying to put enough material together to maybe get a CD out, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I got some good songs out there, and, just trying to do that, so I'm not really trying to...
Be influenced.
Right.
Okay, I got you.
Although that speed rapping and all that, that brings me out of my element, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to keep it old school and do a lot of writing and stuff. So
Okay. What would you be doing right now if you wasn't in the music right now? If you wasn't messing with it, what would you be doing?
man, I honestly don't know, man. Music's been in my blood for most of my life. Like when I was a little kid, you know, I used to get different size boxes and set them up and make, you know, just pretend like I was on drums in the basement, making mom mad, making that noise, you know what I'm saying?
So it's always been in you.
Yeah, it's always been in me, man. You know, I play drums. I got a drum kit, you know. So music's been pretty much my whole life. If I could be walking down the street and hear music and know if it's live or if it's coming out of a stereo. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, I bleed music, so.
So it's all in you then.
Yeah.
What you know about that Kiss album? You heard of that one?
Yeah. I grew up. I was versatile growing up, man. So you know, classic rock. Being a DJ, you have to be pretty versatile anyway. So I played it all. I played country for the people that like country. I did the classic rock things for a long time. You know, living out in Meade County area, you know, there's a lot of rock and country out there that they like. But they do got your dance people that like to dance and like that R&B and that hip hop too. You know what I'm saying?
All mixed.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you know, I DJ.
So how long does it usually, usually typical write a song or make a song?
Man, I've written songs in 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Threw them together and within the half-hour mark. And then there's some that took me a little bit longer.
Yeah.
You know, it's just whatever I'm feeling, whatever I'm going through, put it down, put the music down, and then put the pen to the pad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of these new artists, they write with freestyling and then they
punching in.
I've been tapping into that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because it does work. You know what I'm saying? But most of the stuff I write, it comes from inside, you know.
See, right now they dropping a lot of 1 minute to almost 2 minute songs now.
Yeah.
They getting straight to it.
Yeah.
Yep. Almost like they call it microwave music, but straight to the fact.
Right.
Instantly.
Right.
So you're gonna set up in all platforms, Apple, Tidal, Spotify.
Yeah. I'm out there already on most of them.
Okay, that's good, man.
Instagram, Spotify, YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
So
I set up my Facebook page. I'm still working on it, but most of my music, the whole history of what I've been doing is on there. So.
Remember that Craig Mack right there?
Yeah, Craig Mack.
Tell me about Craig Mack,
man. Craig Mack was the shit, man. He was kind of like me, you know. Whatever he was, what he was feeling, he would rap about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the music back then was real. You know what I'm saying? I love the reality of the old school days. There's not enough of that out there. Everybody talking about, one thing or another, but you can tell when somebody's talking about what they're going through.
From the soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the soul and the heart. That pain.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rob Bass. Just since you said that, Rob Bass was another one.
Okay, yeah, I remember Rob Bass.
Joy and Pain, that was one of my favorites back then, man. Yep.
From Atlanta, Amigos.
Yep.
Legendary group right there, man.
Yep.
You listen to them?
I have listened to them. I grew up with Nappy Roots, people like that.
Okay.
Nappy Roots.
Hey, legendary group right there too, man.
Iconic.
For real.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Big time.
Yep.
Play the huge roles in Kentucky music.
Yes. And right now, Kentucky is growing with the music industry.
Oh, yeah, big time.
There's a lot of talent out here, man. Like, for real, a lot of talent. Especially out here in the Louisville area, man.
Yeah, Louisville's coming up, like you said, yeah.
Yeah.
It took a while, but, you know, we here now. We finally here.
Yeah, they finally hearing us,
Yeah.
man.
We still got to break some barriers out here, but, you know,
Yep.
doors is open now. The doors is open.
Facts.
So more sneak through.
That's for sure.
Yep. Would you sign a deal or would you keep it independently if a label approaches you?
Man, you know, this has been a dream of mine for a long time. You know, I've always wanted to be out there in the music game. So, yeah, I would.
Okay, okay.
Yep.
That's what's up.
Respect.
Yeah, one of the greats.
Yeah, respect. That's another thing. A lot of people, these up and coming youngsters, man, you know, they need to learn that respect.
Yeah.
Because that's why we're having all this beef out there now. It's because nobody respects nobody and nobody respects nobody's game. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can get a piece of this, you know?
Yeah,
It's
piece of the
out
pie.
here. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. But you gotta have that respect, man.
Yeah, you gotta have that respect, man.
No doubt.
I grew up, I'm an Army brat. My dad taught me, that was one of my main morals was respect, man. You gotta have it.
Yep. You right
I don't
about
have to like what you're doing, but I respect that you're doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. The Mobb Deep or the
KRS-One, another iconic group.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, he's still going hard too,
Yeah,
man.
that's what I'm saying.
He's still dropping albums.
Yep. Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? NWA, Ice Cube, Ice-T, another, and he was versatile. He did the hard shit and the rock and
Yeah, sure
yeah,
did.
he sure did.
We're about to inspect the deck you just passed up.
Yep, yep.
The Wu-Tang Clan.
You see it's empty.
Yeah. Gone.
Yep.
Ja Rule.
Ja Rule. Man, we lost a lot of good artists, you know, over the last little bit, man. We lost a lot of good artists out there, man, in the game. So, you know, R.I.P. to all them.
Right. But you know what I'm saying, the culture's still alive, so
Yep.
keeping it going every
Yep.
day.
And they just paved the way for us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jam Master Jay, you know, he was a big deal to me because he was a DJ, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the stuff he was doing, I took bits and pieces off of in the DJing game, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Incorporated into your own style at the same time.
Right.
Right. One of the master teachers.
Yeah, facts. Shout out Total Vision, Icy J, doing his thing out there in Bowling Green. Shout outs to Spotlight Entertainment, Slick Rick doing his thing.
Hell yeah. Yep. Bad Mark. 2023. This is called Daily Complaints. I woke up one morning, I was late to rise. It was about 7:30 and I just opened my eyes. I sprung from my bed, I was running late for work. I ran for the closet, tossed on my work shirt. I ran for